I changed my approach towards fighting this year. I just said, you know, this year I'm staying in shape the whole year, and I'm going to take whatever opportunity comes. I don't care, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 week. I want to make this happen. So whatever comes up, I'm going to take it. So, you know, I've been grinding since the beginning of the year. I got 2 calls on short notice fights, and I accepted both of them. And then they actually fell through on the other end. They said, oh, you know what, we're going to go with somebody else. So I took both of those fights, and then I was talking with one of my coaches, and I said, you know what, man, like, that's third time's the charm. Next opportunity that comes, it's going to be a good one, I promise you that. So then immediately when that session was done, I went back, you know, changing up, look at my locker, I checked my phone, and I had a text message from one of the guys over at World Series of Fighting. Hey, Jimmy, this is so-and-so. We've got a fight for you against Gil Guardado, March 29th. Do you accept? And I was pumped. I was just like, yes! And my coach was in the locker room with me. I'm like, I told you so, read that. And I put the phone in his face, and we were both excited, and said, hey, I'm taking it. And I called him immediately back and said, just wanted to call you, let you know I'm in. So that was how that went. I was pumped. It's a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, as far as Gil goes, you know, we've come up on the same circuit here in Las Vegas, fought in Tough Enough together. We know each other. You know, we're not the greatest of friends. I got nothing but respect for Gil. We knew at some point we were going to fight each other, and I think it's going to be a great fight with a lot of fireworks. You know, I know he's tough, I'm tough, and it's going to be a hell of a fight. When you're coming up with guys, you always know that, you know, eventually you're going to have to fight somebody. So I've always known that he's kind of always been there on the radar. I knew we were going to have to compete at some point or another. We've got an offer to fight each other before, and for the caliber of fight that this is going to be, and you know how tough the opposite opponent is for the other, we decided not to take it, waiting for a bigger platform. So you know, we knew that we were going to have to fight each other at some point, but I've always been aware of his skills and what he's good at. So now that the opportunity came to fight him, I just kind of honed in on that more, and you know, I'm ready for whatever. I'm looking forward to it. With fighting blowing up so much, and you know, so many promotions starting up and then stopping, and so many guys that are trying to get into the sport, it can be hard to find fights nowadays. It's not the easiest things. Everybody thinks you're just going to sign up for a fight, or you just start fighting, and then all of a sudden the fights start coming to you, and that is not true at all. It's difficult to find fights, and you know, a lot of fights are falling through. Guys are always pulling out. Somebody's getting injured, so it's not always a promise. You know, between my first pro fight and my second pro fight was 17 months. And there was probably 3 or 4 fights in the middle there that fell through. So I talked with my coaches, and just after the way everything's been going, I'm not getting any younger, so I knew I had to adjust my mindset. I'm not 23 or 24 years old, you know, I'm 29, so I knew I still have good years of fighting left, but I don't have time to just sit around and wait. So I told myself that this year I was going to, you know, adjust my mindset, be on the ball, be in shape, be ready, put everything else to the side, and sacrifice whatever I have to get this to happen. I know what I want, so I just told myself I was going to be ready. Anything that came my way, I was going to take it. I don't care what I have to do. I'm getting to where I want to go. First of all, I'm beyond grateful for the opportunity, you know, to put in work as long as we have to finally get the opportunity to fight on, you know, a national stage, or for a promotion that could get you on a national stage, is something that, you know, everybody wants to do. That's why we got into this sport. I want to showcase my skills. I want to fight with the best guys in the world. So the opportunity that they presented us with is exactly what we're looking for from the get-go. I don't feel any extra needed pressure. Like, I'm in the best place I've ever been for a fight, and I can't wait for 2 more weeks to get out there. My only goal is to go out there and showcase my true ability and fight to fulfill my potential and the best that I can. I'm not thinking about anything else. I don't care. I'm only worried about March 29th, and I know if I go out there and fight the way that I should, that good things are going to come after that. The longer I've been in the sport, the longer I've been on the grind, per se, as everyone likes to call it, you kind of learn to listen to your body. And this is the best training camp that I've ever had. I have a tendency to overtrain. You know, I stay in the gym year-round, so I'm always a few weeks away from being in fight shape. So I have a tendency to kind of push things too hard and be overtrained, when the fight comes. So this time, you know, I've been in shape for a while. So more or less, it's been just training smart, listening to my body, doing all the proper recovery, proper nutrition, making sure that I'm in shape, pushing when I need to, backing off, giving my body time to recover. And it really has me peaking at the perfect time. This is by far the best training camp I've ever had, and I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. As far as the last fight goes, you know, it's easy to have a smile on your face when everything is going your way, but when you're down and out or things don't go your way, or you expect something to happen some way, and you're planning on that and you're working towards that and it doesn't, then what do you do? How do you react then? Like that's the true definition of your character, you know? It's easy to smile when you're winning and, oh yeah, fighting's so much fun, but when you go in there and you have a war, or, you know, like I said, things just don't go as planned and you expect them to go one way, how do you bounce back, you know? Life is full of hills and valleys, and you've got to learn to appreciate the bad and the good, because the bad times are when you truly find yourself, when you're truly find out what you're made of. In hindsight, you know, I wasn't happy with the way the fight ended in the performance that I had, but I couldn't be more grateful for going through that. That allowed me to find myself on a deeper level than I could have ever imagined, and I'm grateful for that. And I can't wait to come out and showcase how much I have grown from that in this next fight. You have to come to terms with the fact that you're going to war. You're going to get punched. You're going to get taken down. There's going to be times where you're winning the rounds, and there's going to be times when you're losing the rounds, especially when you're fighting a good opponent. You know, I don't expect to go out there and dominate every single minute of the fight, but through, you know, a lot of visualization, and you prepare yourself to. I have trained my brain to enjoy even the darkest of times. So when things aren't going my way or someone's getting off a little bit, I'm still smiling, because, you know, things are going one way, but it's always going to turn. If things are going your way, they're always going to turn. If things are going his way, they're always going to turn. It's learning to ride those out and enjoying that, so when you come back even stronger. So even in the fight, no matter what way it goes, you know, I am prepared, and my mind is prepared to endure whatever may happen to get the victory.